popliteal cyst or Morant-Baker cyst or Baker cyst are nothing but bursal cysts or synovial outpouches posteriorly. Majority of them are posteromedial in terms of anatomic placement. Some of them would be pure popliteal outpouches of the synovium, and rarely will have you posterolateral. And these are usually bursae between the gastrocnemius and the hamstring. These are the most common ones. There is a bursa between gastrocnemius and hamstring, and these are the ones which most of the times swell up. Patients come to you saying that either सूजन है, but again don't get flustered by that सूजन, because that most of the popliteal cysts don't go away. Most of them remain, and most of them are not the cause of pain unless they've got inflamed, and that inflammation you will be able to see or feel. Warmth, redness, you will be able to see or feel. The only one which becomes very relevant of the popliteal cyst is what is termed as a Baker cyst rupture, which is a possibility in osteoarthritis knee. Why is it relevant? Because a popliteal cyst rupture can mimic a acute DVT, and for us that becomes an emergency, right? What happens is you have an age group which is in the degenerative situation. You are looking at anywhere between 50 to 70, saying that, yeah, I have been having a little knee pain off and on, but since 2 days I have severe pain and the whole thing is swollen going right down. The calf is swollen and everything. And when you touch, it is very tender to touch. Sometimes even a little bit of calf stretch gives a lot of pain. Sometimes even that causes a little bit of distal pitting edema, and you really start thinking we are looking at an acute DVT. So obviously acute DVT you can't say कि हाँ 3 दिन बाद आना दवा देके देखते हैं. You have to act now. So these may also be Baker cyst ruptures because they too can mimic each other very well. So how do we know? One, of course, the history taking, where you know that there was osteoarthritic change. On examination, you find that there's a little varus and all. And the tenderness may not be really proper in that sense, because in the DVT also there will be a general tenderness, and in the rupture cyst also there will be a general tenderness. But you will have to do a color Doppler and a sonography. Color Doppler venous and a sonography. I know it is costly, but it is worth its while, because if it's a DVT and you miss it for the first 2 days, you are putting the person at risk for embolism. And you got to do a D-dimer. These two things, please don't hesitate. Worst case scenario, patient will throw a tantrum, but tell him or her ki dost, it's better to be safe. DVT, you cannot miss. If it is acute, you definitely cannot miss. So D-dimer and color Doppler venous has to be done, and that relevance will come only when you find a DVT, because then you would have treated it early, right? In that sonography, I mean that color Doppler, you got to tell the sonologist that I need a color Doppler there ke saath sonography also, because then they are able to pick that cyst, and then they are able to pick the fluid going inside the calf muscle. So there are two separate pathological entities, and they can be separated out on sonography, right? But otherwise it's very difficult clinically. Correct, that is precisely why the whole thing becomes so tense, so swollen, and it even gives rise to edema because of the venous congestion. See, because the calf muscles has veins, and now suddenly there is an acute flooding. So the venous component is compromised, so they cause the edema. So you start thinking, are we looking at DVT? Samjha?
And also then the OA will get worse and very worse.
No, the OA does not get worse. It is only the symptoms get worse. The osteoarthritic process does not get worsened.